From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Friday, October 10th, 2014. Silver is trading at $17.36 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,224 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $360. Antiwar.com reports, somewhat sidelined after the Shiite Houthi rebels seized the Yemeni capital city of Sana'a, Al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula has launched a pair of high-profile suicide bombings in an attempt to return to relevance. The larger of the two bombings hit the site of a planned Houthi rally in Tahrir Square, where people were just starting to arrive. At least 47 people had been confirmed killed and 75 others wounded. All of the casualties were civilians, and 4 of the slain were children. The second bombing took place at a Yemeni army base in the port city of Mukalla, where a suicide car bomber was followed by an attack by a gunman, killing 20 Yemeni soldiers and wounding 15 others. No reports of Al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula fighter casualties apart from the suicide bombers. Though they have never been a major player in Sana'a itself, Al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula has broad influence across tribal regions in the nation's east as well as much of the southern coast. The Houthis, by contrast, have their power base in the northwest city of Sana'a along the ill-defined Saudi border, and after recent fighting with Sunni factions have advanced into the capital itself. FPP Radio News is brought to you by Coinbase. Coinbase is a simple and secure online Bitcoin wallet for sending, receiving, and storing Bitcoin. I trust Coinbase. You should too. Get started at coinbase.fppradio.com. That's coinbase.fppradio.com. The Associated Press reports frustration turned to elation Thursday as a dizzying legal wrangle ended with same-sex couples receiving marriage licenses in Las Vegas, the marriage capital of the world, and other cities across Nevada. About 10 same-sex couples were standing in line as the announcement came shortly after 5 p.m. The hopes of same-sex couples in Nevada had been in limbo since the Ninth Circuit ruled on Tuesday that same-sex couples' equal protection rights were violated by same-sex wedding bans in Nevada and Idaho. The last challenge opposing Nevada's same-sex marriage was dropped early Thursday, and the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals again declared that its ruling allowed same-sex couples to marry in the state and said it was in full force and effect. Clerks waited for a trial judge to enforce the court's order before they started issuing licenses around 5 p.m. on Thursday. Not long after, Clark County Clerk Diana Alba apologized to about 5 same-sex couples waiting at the Las Vegas Marriage License Bureau. Meanwhile, same-sex couples in West Virginia began receiving marriage licenses after the state's attorney general dropped his fight opposing same-sex unions. FPP Radio News is brought to you by Roberts & Roberts Brokerage. For over 35 years, Roberts & Roberts has been a trusted source for buying and selling your investment-grade precious metals. They now take Bitcoin for purchasing precious metals so you can turn your profits into a long-term investment. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on investing. 800-874-9760. Reuters reports the St. Louis area on Thursday was bracing for more unrest over the August killing of Michael Brown by a police officer, and another police killing of a teen on Wednesday was expected to add fuel to the fire. Several civil rights organizations and protest groups, including Hands Up United, planned to mark the weekend with marches and rallies in St. Louis and the suburb of Ferguson, where Brown was killed 2 months ago. The groups are demanding the arrest of the police officer who killed Brown, and they want to draw attention to police treatment of black Americans. Protest organizers said they are planning only peaceful activities, but fear that Wednesday's killing of a black teenager in the South St. Louis neighborhood of Shaw might trigger a violent outburst. Tori Russell, the leader of Hands Up United, said, "We never advocate violence, but I do know that people were angry last night and they will be out this weekend. I don't know what they're going to do." At least 6,000 people have registered on an organizing website for the Weekend of Resistance events in and around Ferguson. Organizers said they are planning to create a memory altar to victims of police violence and to hold a candlelight march carrying a coffin to the Ferguson Police Department. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.